Good morning, everyone. नमस्ते, हेलो, आदाब, शुक्रिया, मेहरबानी। कैसे हैं आप सब? So, thank you. Indian Armed Forces tribute during a tribute during global chaos. My God. Wow. Is it okay? Hmm. So hello and everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is 1 March 2026 and I recorded this. The world is witnessing one of the most dangerous escalation in modern history. The United States and Israel have launched major strikes on Iran and Iran has retaliated by firing missiles across the entire Middle East. But as I watch this unfold, I am reminded why we Indians need to pause and thank our armed forces today more than ever before. Let me give you context on what's happening right now around the world. Just hours ago, the US and Israel launched coordinated strikes across in what President Trump called major combat operations. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was reportedly killed in these strikes. But Iran didn't just take it. Within hours, Iran fired retaliatory missiles at Israel and US military bases across multiple countries in the Middle East. And here is what shocking explosions were heard in the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan. A Pakistani national was killed in Abu Dhabi when debris from an intercepted Iranian missile fell on a residential area. Think about this for a moment, missiles flying over civilian cities, people in Dubai, Doha, Manama running for shelters. Witnesses in Dubai heard five large blasts that made windows shake and saw missiles streaking across the sky like fireballs. Schools closed, airports shut down. This is the reality of modern conflict. Now, let me bring this closer to home. During every Indian Pakistani escalation during the recent tensions, our armed forces achieved something remarkable. Not a single Pakistani missile or drone reached Indian civilian areas to cause harms. Zero civilian casualties from aerial attacks. Compare this to what we are seeing in the Middle East right now. Yes, many missiles were intercepted by Gulf countries' air defense system, but debris still killed civilians, damaged residential buildings, and created widespread panic. In Bahrain, three residential buildings were damaged by drone strikes and falling missiles debris. In India, our multi layered defense shield, the S 400 systems, Akash missiles, Barack 8 and our indigenous air defense network has created an invisible wall between Pakistani aggressions and Indian civilians. Our radar operators, missiles, battery crews, and fighter pilots ensure that the threats are neutralized so far away from our borders that most Indians don't know an attack was attempted. Let us be clear about something. Pakistan has attempted drone infiltration, that they have tried missile threats, they have launched terror attacks, but remember what happened during the Balakot strikes. What tensions were at their peak. Our Air Force's pilot not only stuck deep inside Pakistan but also defended our skies so effectively that Pakistani jets couldn't penetrate Indian airspace. Compare this to what happened in 2024 when Iran and Pakistan actually exchanged missile strikes with each other, with Iranian missiles hitting Pakistani territory and Pakistan retaliating with strikes inside Iran. That was a direct military exchange between two neighbors. India and Pakistan are nuclear armed neighbors with far more historical tensions than Iran and Pakistan. Yet, our armed forces have maintained such a strong defensive posture that Pakistani military capabilities are effectively neutralized before then they can threaten civilians. That's not luck, that's superior training, technology, and unwavering commitment to protect every Indian life. What makes India different? So, what's happening in the Middle East right now shows us something critical. Even with advanced US air defense systems stationed across the Gulf, Iranian missiles still got through to cause damage and casualties. The US Navy's 5th Fleet Headquarters, AI Udaid Air Base, multiple civilian area all targeted. But during our conflict, our cities continue to function normally. Our children go to school without air raid sirens. Our markets remain open and our airports operate. Life countries Life continues because somewhere on the line of the control at high altitude posts in underground command centers, our soldiers, sailors, and air warriors are doing their job with perfection. The Indian military doesn't just intercept threats, they intercept them so effectively and so far from home population centers that the average Indian citizen sleeps peacefully without even knowing their life was saved. Right now, Indian embassies across the Middle East are issuing advisories for Indian nationals to exercise extreme caution and even leave certain countries immediately. Thousands of Indians working in the Gulf are scared. Indigo has suspended all Middle East flights, but here in India, we are safe. Not because we are lucky, but because Japan's are standing guard in the minutes minus 40 degrees in Siachen. Because Navy ships are patrolling our waters 24 by 7. Because Air Force pilots are on 5-minute readiness at air bases across the country. Because intelligence officers are working around the clock to identify threats before they materialize. Every time you will see news of a drone shut down at the border, that's a potential tragedy prevented. Every time you hear about a terror infiltration stopped, that's families saved. Every time an enemy aircraft is tracked and turned away, that's your city is protected. So make it count what we are witnessing globally right now. The US Iran war, the Pakistan Afghanistan clashes, tensions everywhere. These should make us appreciate what we have. In Iran, massive government crackdowns on protests reportedly killed thousands of Iranian citizens. In many conflict zones, civilians are the primary victims. In India, our forced follow a doctrine of precision and protection. They don't just fight enemies, they protect civilians above all else's. That's why during Balakot, we struck terrorist camps but avoided civilian casualties. That's why during surgical strikes, we targeted only terror launch pads. That's why our rule of engagement prioritized protecting innocent life even at great risk to our own soldiers. That restraint combined with capabilities in what makes the Indian military special. They have the power to devastate, but the wisdom to protect. What is our responsibility? So today, as we watch missiles flying over Middle Eastern skies and pray for those caught in conflict, Let's just take a moment to silently thank every person in Indian uniform. Thank you to the Army for securing our borders. Thank you to the Navy for protecting our coastline. Thank you to the Air Force for guarding our skies. Thank you to the paramilitary forces for maintaining internal security. Thank you to our intelligence agencies for preventing attacks before they happen. And thank you for giving us something that millions around the world don't have right now, the freedom to live without fear, the ability to plan our future without worrying about missiles falling from the sky, the luxury of complaining about traffic instead of running from air raids. As citizens, our duty is simpler. Never take this protection for granted. Support our forces, respect our veterans, and most importantly, stay united as a nation. Because the strongest shield any country has is a united population that stands behind its defenders. To every soldiers watching this, you are the reason 1.4 billion Indians sleep peacefully tonight while much of the world is gripped by fear. What is not that is not a small thing, that's everything. Chahin, if this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's spread this message for gratitude as far as possible. And please keep our Indian in the Middle East in your prayers tonight. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck.